Hi there, welcome back to Code Projective. In the last video, we have created the backend of our application. That is, there are five. See, these all are the five endpoints we have created, the REST endpoints, which will trigger the data and eventually do the CRUD operation in our application. That is this one. Here, these all are the static data. In the first video, we have created all this static data and put it in my website. This is the website, and now we will integrate this front end to this backend data. Let me go there. Here, so if I execute this get all employees, we have 4 entries as of now as a backend. These all are the 4 entries we have in the database, and now we want to incorporate this data and put it here. So let's first go to VS Code and see where the data is. My data is in employee list.ts. Remove this. And when I hit remove, it will compile again. And if I go to the application, I need to save it first. Okay, saved it. Now if you refresh this page, okay, it is compiling again. It compiled successfully. If I go here, see no employee data found. Okay, so now the thing is to integrate the backend to this Angular front end. We need to call those we need to consume those endpoints. Whichever endpoints we are having here, we need to consume all these endpoints in our application, in our front end application. So for that, we need to first create a folder. So for that, first we need to create a folder and name the folder as services. And let's first go to the services, open the terminal or the PowerShell. Okay, my PowerShell is opened. Let me go to this location. So Control C, then copy path, and here I need to paste it and hit enter. So I'm inside my service directory, and now I need to call this. And now I need to call this command, that is nggs, that is ng, then global, then service, and the name of the service is employee, and hit enter. So it will create me one service with that particular name, employee. Okay, it created 2 files. One is spec.ts and one is employee service.ts. Okay, so if I open this, so here we have employee service and we have a constructor here, and inside this class we have to call get all. We have to create one method, that is get all employee, and for that inside the constructor we have to pass the parameter as private, and then http as http where is it, http client. Okay, http client is not recognized here. Let me okay, http client is not recognized for the application. So what I need to do is I need to go to this tsconfig.json, and inside here, and inside this, in line number 25, before this second bracket and comma, I need to do a comma and then type root, and inside that I need to pass some parameters, that is node underscore module slash @ type, then comma, then node underscore again modules slash Angular, and the last one would be node modules slash Angular slash common slash HTTP. So that is it. I wish I saved this, and now if I go to employee service.ts, it is done. Now inside my constructor I have initialized the HTTP, and we have a method get all employees, and now we have to subscribe, like we have to call this method, we have to call an endpoint in this method. Before that, we need to do one more thing, that is, if I go here in my application, and if you can see, this localhost 7216 is my base URL. If I can show you here, see, this is the common part of the endpoints, of the all endpoints. So this part is the base URL, and if I put API as well, this is the common part, I can say. So I will do one thing, I'll copy this and go to my VS Code. Here I just have to write one base URL, and sorry, the name would be base API, would be good for this. Base API URL colon string equal second bracket and this. Yeah, so this is done. Now, so this is my base URL set here, and if I go into this get all employees, and I will do this dot http dot get, this is the get method, this dot base URL plus inside this slash, there is a slash here, so I don't need to put slash here, and then employees. What is my let me go here, and okay, so this is my last part of the endpoint, so I'll go here and put it here as it is, and this method will be returned, and the type of this get will be employee list, and as it is returned object, I have to do an observable type would be employee list. So that is it for this get all employee. Now I need to go to my component, because I need to consume this get all employee. So I'll go to component, inside my employee list dot component reference, remove this, and now I have to do inside the constructor, I need to pass the parameter, I have to call that service. So private employee service, and the service is employee service, and now I need to call this employee service inside ng on it. So this dot employee service dot, now I can see this method get all employee, and when I do the get all employee method, I have to hit enter and subscribe this method. Inside the subscribe, I will do next dot employee property, or no, not this, yeah, this one, employee, and return, let's see what is written by the console log first. Before going for the actual one, I need to see if it is coming properly or not, and then I need to do one more thing, that is comma, then error console log, not only console log, error colon response Inside that, copy this, paste this, log, and do the response. Fine. So let me see why is the error coming. Change it to employees and now put employees here. See, the naming convention, the employee name is already there as an model, and here also the same name, so I need to change. I need to just add one s to the employee, and now the error is gone. So this is done. Now I have to just do one more thing, that is I just need to go to app.module, and here I need to provide one in this app.module. I need to import that particular package, that is http where is client module or something. Yeah, this one, http client module, and then it's, I guess, done. Let me see if I'm getting any value or not. Let it compile first. Go to terminal. Where is my terminal? This is okay. Build failed. Why build failed? Employee list component.html. So let me go to employee list component.html. Okay, so I have changed the employee spelling. It would be employees. Here also employees, employees, s and s. So now if I save this, it will run successfully. Now if I go here inside my application, it says no employee found because I have not put the data inside my application, but I think I will have it in the console log. So let me just inspect it. What have I done? Localhost, inspect, and inside the console, let me see if I'm getting any values or not. The http localhost employee, okay, blocked by course. So acha, because this is this localhost is under 4200 port number, and this application is hosted on 7216 port number. So this is not happening because of the course error, course policy. So I need to do one more thing. So first we need to close this Swagger UI and go to the backend of our application. Here let me close this as well. Here in the program.cs, inside program.cs, after this use http redirection, I have to add my course policy. So h app dot use course, and inside that I need to add a policy equal policy dot allow any header then dot allow any method dot allow any origin and semicolon. And let me save this, build this. Okay, so build is successful. Now run this application. Okay, my Swagger UI opened. Let me run one query, execute this, get all employees. Let's see if it is interacting with my database or not. Okay, it is interacting with my backend database. So my backend and database interaction is done. Now let me open the application again, the Angular one, and now let's see, like inside the inspect, we got any data or not inside the console. So I'll go to inspect, then console. And here if I refresh, okay, I have got some data. Okay, the 4 data is coming. Whichever data we are having here is coming in my console. So my front end is also interacting with the back end. If I expand this, see, these all are the data which is coming from the back end. So my backend is connected to the database, and my backend is also connected to the front end. So the interaction is done. Now let me display this result inside here in this section. So for that I need to go to my application again, and then I just go to, let me first close this unnecessary tags as of now, and this is also not needed. And here if I just print this dot employees, that means this employees, and add this value, subscribe value, to that particular employee data. So this dot employee is this one, and this employee, if I remove this as from here or do just one emp only. So this is done. Now let me save this again. Okay, compiles done. If I go here and see, the data is coming. So now I have employee, inside employee component, inside component I have, let me expand this. Okay, so inside component I have employees, and inside employees I have employee list, and employee list is having all the information of employee list. So now for that I need to go and copy this path, and inside my PowerShell I just type cd control v fill employees. So I'm inside my employees component, and here I need to do one more thing, that is ng gc add employee. So this is another component. Employee list is one component and add employee is another component. So for get all employees I have displayed employee list, I have created employee list component, and to add one employee I have to create another component, that is add employee. My creation of this add employee component is done. We have HTML file, CSS file, TS file, and spec.ts file. So if I expand this and then I go to add employee component, first, whenever you add a component, first thing you need to do is go to the routing module and add the route to that particular component. So I'll copy this thing, comma, enter, control V, and after the path employees I need to add /add. This will be the path for this component, add employee component, and I just need to add this component, that name is add employee component. So this is done. I have to save this. Now let me close this, let me close all the tabs, and inside, so now the thing is, for this application I have employee app, then I have employees, which is this /employees will return the list of employees. Now I need to have one more bar that will return me the add employee button, or after clicking that button I will be redirected to some other page where I need to add the employee details to get added in the database. So for that I need to go to my app component.html, and here I need to add one more li tag, that would be Control C. I don't need any li tag for this. I can do one thing. No, I need a li tag. Yeah. Control C, Control V, and here in this li tag, the data would be router link would be employee/add, and this would be add employee. This would, okay, so it's done. Let me save this and see what am I getting here. There is a new add employee button is there. If I click this, it's redirecting me to add employee works. That means it's redirecting me to this to this uh, HTML component. So let me remove this thing first, and here I need to add the HTML contents of add employee. So let me write it down. Div dot class, div dot container. Okay, inside that the container would be margin y5, and inside that I need to have an h1 tag which is having a class of uh, margin e3 or 2, I guess, and this would have the name as add new employee. And now let me go to bootstrap 5, open this, type forms, okay, and scroll down little more. Okay, this is fine for me, the first one. So I'll copy this form, get back to my VS Code, paste it down. So now it is having, okay, let me remove all these unnecessary things first. Close all this. I just need one. Acha, submit button I need. Let me change it to submit, not save. That is fine. Now for is there, this thing I also don't need. Input, no input, yeah, this thing I don't need. So let me first change it to employee or name, and then this for should be name, and then acha, submit to save, and then let me change it to name. This I don't need. Let me not give anything here for the for. ID would be name. This thing I don't need. And type would be text. Okay. And the for is as well name. So this is done, I guess. So let me copy. Just yeah. I have 5 fields. Expect the ID. So I'll copy this 4 times more. B. Okay. What is such a fine? Yeah. So this is done. Now change it to email, and this to email, ID to email as well. Email is an email type. Then change it to salary. Okay. salary, sorry, and the type is number. Then this is name, salary. What I'm missing? Name, salary, phone number, designation. Okay. Where is it? Okay. Close this. Okay. Name, email. This is designation. Nation. This would also be text. So ID would be designation and patient. Then salary, phone, phone, phone is a number, and this is also phone. And then the last one is designation 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All are done. Yeah, phone, salary, designation, ID. Okay. All are done. Wait, I hit save and go to this, close this, go to employee. It is coming as name, designation, email, salary. Okay, so it is coming full. The name section is coming, taking the full length of the system. So let me put it in a div. First, close this form tag, Ctrl X, div, and this div is nothing but it will have class of md3. Class row, class row, and inside that the div dot call 6, then the form. I hit save. Let me go, let it refresh. Okay, see, let me go to this form tag and add hash form, hash type hash is not working in my system. Okay, fine. Hash form equal mg form. So it is throwing me an error because in this module app.module I have to import one more module that I haven't added yet, that is forms module. It's throwing me an error. ng imports app module is not a reference. Fix import Angular forms. Okay, so now forms module is there. Now I go here and Control Z. The error is gone now. And I hit save and go to add employee component.ts. Inside this there is a class. They haven't added the constructor here. Add it. The constructor is done. Similar like this this employee list dot component.ts, I need to add where is the way? Yeah, here I have added one variable. Then I hit inside ng on init I have to call the method add employee method or subscribe that. Similar thing I have to do it here as well. So let me first type implement, sorry, not this, it should be implement on init, and I have to do ng on init here, and in a verb I just need to write one variable, that is add employee request, equal colon employee equal some dummy data I need to add, that is id colon, and I can go here, copy this and paste it here. Okay, string, this should be patient. That's fine. And the remaining would be, the semicolon would not be there. Okay, the next one is let's say 0, as I want to initialize the value to 0, the phone number. The salary would also be same, as it is a number type, so 0. Then designation is empty string. Then this one, email ID, is also an empty string. Have comma. So that is done. I save this, and if I go to this, okay, let me close this and this, and let me go to the HTML page, and here after ID I just have to add the third bracket, second bracket, ng model. Yeah, and the ng model would be add employee request, or I just go here, copy this, comes back, paste it, dot name, done, and semicolon, and just paste it here, paste it sorry guys, paste it, and and it's done. So now let me change the names. It is designation colon this is email, and the next ones are salary, and the last one is phone. Okay, so this is done. Now I have a save button, and this is a type of submit. So inside, above this form, close this, above this form, where is my form container? Here I just need to go for ng submit, and this will call the method add employee. So the method isn't created yet. So that's why it's throwing me an error. I just have to copy this and go to the TS file, and here inside my ng on init, or here after ng on init, control V, this, yeah, and the constructor should I can print some value, console log console.log. This dot add employee request. So if I hit save and saved it, you see, yeah, compiled successfully. If I hit save and go to my application without a dummy data, let me add some dummy data. Let me see if the console is getting hit or not. Not minus salary phone number, and let me inspect this. Go to console and hit save. Okay, the data is not coming here. This data should return here. Let me see where I've made the mistake. In this HTML, okay, with the name ng model. Okay, I have to give the name equal name, and then copy this. So C, Control V, this one as designation. Okay, now here name as email. Okay, little below name as salary. To map it correctly, Control V, and name as phone. Okay, so if I save this and let's see after the compilation, it's successful. Let's go again and let me type my name, designation CEO. It's opening. Okay, now let me see email ID as @gmail.com. Salary is something this, then phone number is something this. If I hit save, so now the data is returning. Okay, see, phone number, salary, name, everything is returning. Okay, so that was the mistake I have done. Okay, it's fine, you can learn it from your mistake. So this is done, it's coming. Now let me instead of this dummy data, I have to add the actual data in it. So now I need to go to my services. Here I need to add that this one. Yeah, it's open. This one, add employee. Control C, and I go to services, PS5 here. Okay, and this is an observable type, employee, which is having okay, return this dot http dot post. The type is employee. Inside this dot base URL plus, let me go to the Swagger UI, and here add employee is having this one API. Till API is which we are having, then employee slash add employee. Okay, I'll go here, then copy this. Let's see, the add employee. Okay, and then semicolon. So what it's saying that array buffer is missing for the following property. Okay, this is because I need to add employees consuming some data. It's not having a null value, it is consuming this, so I have to provide those values to here. It should be add employee request dot, what is happening? Close this. Request dot employee, it's a type of employee. Okay, now add employee request. Okay, I have to pass the whichever parameter is there. So this is the URL and then the parameter inside this post method, and that will work. I'll save this, and now I go to my HTML is done in my PS file, and here first let me remove this, and inside the constructor let me add private dot employee service, close this, emp employee service, yeah, and then inside this add employee method, this dot employee service dot add employee. I'll have this dot add employee request, then enter, subscribe, and next emp is having. Acha, I have okay. Acha, see, this ID would not be null, but after passing this value, I am passing these five values, but ID is passing as null. So I need to do one more thing. I just need to go to employee services, and here itself I have to pass the ID. So inside this add employee method, first I'll do add employee request dot ID, and it should not be null. That's why it should be, because technically it is coming from the back end, so it will be overwritten. So I'll pass this only, so that it will not throw me an error. Okay, so semicolon, and it is done. Now let me add some more values to this. So now inside save this and go to component, and here I just need to finish it down. So after employee data is getting added, I need to go to the particular page, like when I hit add employee button, save button, then employee data will get added in the database, and then I have to redirect to this location. Okay, that is the point. I need to redirect it to this location. So I will go to this, and here first I need to initialize the constructor as private router dot router. So router is there, close this, go below, and now inside this dot router dot navigate. So if this is successful, then navigate to employee. So let me see what is it is employees. So I have to navigate to employees, and close this and save this. So let me see if it is working or not. I'll go here, go to add. Let me give a name Seema, and designation as let's say intern, and email ID as si@gmail.com. Salary would be this, and phone number is 1000 something like that. And let me go to the Swagger UI and show you if we have any schema, employee named as schema or not. If I execute this, you can see Mark Zucks and then Lisa Lawrence, Peter, John Bell. We have 4 entries. We don't have schema here. So I'll go here and hit save, and it will redirect me to the particular page, this first employees page. So I see it is redirecting me, and this data is added schema. So this data is added on not only in the front page, but if I go to Swagger and rerun this, re-execute this, you can see one entry is there, schema. So it is inside the database. So my data is, the second operation of the CRUD is working fine. So I can successfully, so I'm able to successfully add the data from my website to the database. So this is also done. Now let me update the some employee details. Let's say I want to update his designation, CMA's designation from intern to associate. So let me, for that I need to go to this page and then PowerShell, and I want to add one more component, that is ngGC, GC, update employee, and hit enter. So the creation of the file is done. Now let me close this as well, and this update. So whenever, as I already said, whenever you add a component, first you have to go to the routing module and do the routes for that particular component. So I'll hit comma, then this, and the path would be employees / edit. So this is the path, and the component that needs to be hit after this path is getting called is update employee component. Okay, now save this, close this, we don't need it anymore, and then close as well, close this as well, add employee, close this. Now go to employee component.ts, and here then I want to edit the ID of, like, whichever employee's data I want to update. I just need to show his employee ID in that particular URL. So that's why I need this :ID. It will, for the particular user, when the user is getting selected, the URL would be employee/edit/his ID. So for that I need this. So now hit save and close this. I don't need it anymore. So in this employee table, I just want to view the employee details, particular employee details. So that I want, for that I want to have one more button here, that is name would be the details or view or something like that. So for that I just need to go to employee list, and inside HTML here I just have to add one more th tag, that would be null, and then I just want to add one more td for that th, and that td would have an anchor tag, which will be like, let's say, view details. That is the tag name, and the anchor would be say anchor would be router link. Inside that the link would be employees slash employee slash no slash, I don't need any slash, employee, then edit, then comma, and employee dot id. So I think it is done, I guess. Okay, I missed this. Employee is not recognized. Employee doesn't exist in employee list component. What is exists is EMP, not employee. So that is EMP. This one. So EMP ID. Okay. So this is done. If I save this, and let me close this as well. And if I go to this view details, if I, let's say if I hit enter, and if you hover over this view details, you can see in below right hand side, left hand side below, localhost 4200 slash employees slash employees slash id, sorry, edit slash his employee id, that is the GUID. If I hit view button, it is not going towards anywhere. Now if I go to same page again, and here if I inside router, if I hit a slash and save this, let's see if I can redirect to that particular list or not. Okay, so id, if I hit view, the update employee works. So update component is getting hit, and if you can see the URL, that is employee slash edit slash this GUID, what is I have given here, router employee slash edit slash his GUID. So it is also redirecting. So now let's go to this update and change it to, remove this, and then remove this, and then I need to go to employee, add employee data here, because the whichever form I need to put it in the update method, the same thing is already inside the add method. So I have to copy this, copy the whole thing, and I need to go here and paste it. So it is showing me an error because in submit it is add, and add is not there, and the name should be update or employee details. Employee details. So this is also done, and now if I go below here, the save button, the name should be different as edit or update. So let me first change all the data here. For that, one is missing, that is for update one I need to have the ID, that would be a read only. I'll copy the first tag, div tag, and paste it here. Then I will give ID, and here it is ID. The ID is a text type, the name is ID, this one is also ID, and this is ID. And it's a read only. Okay, so let's not save it yet, and I would go to this update component. Inside that, let me to implement, and what should I implement? On init, here constructor, and then then ng on init, and inside the constructor just write private route, active route, activated route, and then inside ng on init, and inside ng on init just type this dot route dot param map. I will map the param dot subscribe. Okay, inside that just go for next dot. Let me give params, and params is params dot get id, and this is a constant type, const id equal this. So if, let's say, if id is present, then I'll call the API. So for that, which API should I get called? The API is, let's not see this because it will have a compilation error, because I'm not fixed that yet. So this get method, because I need to have that particular data of whichever data I need to update. I need to call this data get API to get all the details of that particular employee. So this is it. So I will go to the services here, and inside the services I will call get employee, and get employee will have first do this and this dot http dot get, inside that base URL, sorry, base URL plus base URL is API till API, okay, slash then employee, this is the base URL, comma the ID, that is here ID is passed as string, so I'll put ID here, not a comma, it should be plus sign, plus ID, and this is a return type, and this get is employee type, and this is observable employee. Okay, so this is done. Close this, save this, and close this. Now go to update employee, and here I need to call the API, that is before that I just need to pass another method attribute, that is private employee service, otherwise I cannot call employee service employee service, otherwise I cannot call that. This dot employee service dot get employee, and I'll put ID here, then dot subscribe. Inside that next PMP, okay, PMP, okay, I need to have a employee detail variable here, details, and that is type employee, and it will have values. Where is that employee? No, this is not the right one. employee list. This is also not the right. Very. Add employee to yes. This one. I will get the data here, copy this and paste it here. Okay, so it's done. Now let me add employee details equal emp. Now close this, go here, go below, and wait, wherever there is an add employee request, just add this. Sorry, remove. Open this, go to employee details, copy, go here, paste it, paste it, paste it, paste, paste, paste. Below there is nothing. So it is ng submit, and so I have ng submit update employee. Let me copy this and let me go to update employee. Let me close this ng on in it, and inside below this update employee. So now I have to call this update employee, and for that I just need to go to employee services, and here I need to add this role v update employee. Inside that, this dot update employee, sorry, this dot http dot put base API plus update employee is having this one employee ID. So I'll do okay. So update employee will have one ID type and one request body. So I'll do base URL API, copy this, paste it here, close it, and then comma do ID string, then comma update emp rqst employee request type employee, and here this should be update emp request, and this is type employee. So this will be the observable employee, and this will return. This is also done. Let me semicolon this, save this, and go to update employee. Here this dot employee service dot update employee, and it is having ID, the employee details dot ID comma employee details. then enter, subscribe, subscribe to next, response, that is, let's say EMP, and inside that this dot route dot navigate. Acha, route is not there, so I have to add one more parameter here inside constructor, that is comma private router router. Okay, and then router dot navigate to employee. Okay, control S. So now if I go here inside employee app, if it is loaded successfully, then that means it is working fine. Now if I go here, no employee data. See, Seema, I need to update his designation from intern to let's say associate. So I go to view details, and Seema's details are coming here. So I need to change it to associate and hit update. When I hit update, it redirects me to the first page of the application, and then the designation is changed. So the update query is also working. If I can show you from the get employees, if you try out this, yeah, Seema's designation is changed to associate. So the update is also working. So now let's get into the application again for the final part, that is the delete method. So first I need to go to this location and hit ng gc delete, sorry, delete would be the harsh word, remove employee. Okay, so I'll hit enter. Okay, my command is wrong. G, I didn't give the C, or C didn't get printed. So space C and then enter. Okay, it's been created. Now let me go to service and add the service for the delete one, that is remove employee, and it will have type ID string, and it will having the observable same as employee, the same as the previous one, and then sorry, return this dot http dot delete employee, this dot base URL plus copy this. Okay, so remove one is also done. Now let me go to let me save this, close this, and let me go to this component update one, and here in this page close it, and here in this page remove employee, I need to call this. So it will have the ID as string, and inside that sorry, this dot employee service dot remove employee, and it will take the ID and subscribe to next response. Inside the response, the, the response, if the response is successful, then I need to do the same router and navigate it to the employee page, employees. So this is done. Now minimize this. Now I need to go to see if I'm having this add employee or this view details here. This is the update button. I should be having a delete button here or remove button here to remove this particular employee. So for that I need to go to update employee HTML component, and here in below section I need to have a button that is where should I add this control C then control V, and this is type button only, and this is danger, let's say sure, and this button is nothing but will have remove. If I save this, I'll go here and it will be, yeah, see, remove button is coming, and if and with that particular remove button I'll have an on click event. When this remove button get clicked, then this method get invoked, remove. Control V, yes. So remove employee is not there. I'll update employee component. Then the remove the it will take a parameter that is, let's say, where is the parameter, employee details, control C, control B dot ID. Okay, it is done. Now if I save this, it will compile and my code will work. Now see, let's say I want to delete this tech lead or the SEMA. Let's say I want to delete SEMA, so I'll go to view details, and here the list of details of the employee is given, and if I click this remove button, say it's redirecting me to this application. See, it's redirecting me to the first page of the application, and the SEMA details is not there, so that means it's removed. If I go to Swagger UI and refresh this get all as employee and show you, see there is only 3 data, no SEMA is there. So this delete operation is also done. So we have get employees, get all employees, we have add employees. Here we have get employees with ID, that is this one. We can update the employee, we can remove the employee. So 5 functionality of CRUD operation is done. That's it guys, have a nice day. Chalo, bye.